My name is Melissa Morrison. I'm originally from Riverview, New Brunswick, but now I live in Petite Riviere on the south shore of Nova Scotia. And my business is Melissa Morrison Jewellery, which I started in October of 2018. I mostly make silver jewelry. I do a lot of custom pieces, so the variety of metals will change depending on what the client wishes. But most of what I make is silver. My preferred thing to do is to carve wax, because I love getting little tiny details in things, and then having it cast, and then I finish it. So I started in jewelry through NASCAD. I worked for some small businesses. We moved out west and moved for a few small businesses, and had kids, took a break from working, and finally they're in school, so I have some free time now to plug away at something that I love and enjoy doing. Angus turned 7 on Thursday, which I can't believe. And I have twin girls, Billie and Frankie. They are 4.5. Just that balancing entrepreneurial life and home life. I have the morning to work, so I do try to make the most of that after getting kids up and fed and lunches and out the door. And then I sit down to work for a few hours. Around lunch, I start wrapping up my day, and then I prepare myself to re-enter home life. So, I don't know. The biggest challenge is just, not getting carried away with my own business, and just remembering that I am really only supposed to be doing it sort of part-time in the mornings. But I'm sure, like everybody who starts a business quickly realizes, you are about to expand your hat wardrobe by a gazillion hats. I never realized how many hats I would be wearing running a business and running, home life. So I think the biggest challenge is just remembering that I can't do it all, and that I just need to slow down from time to time. And remember, I have little kids who are not going to be little forever. I think just to take it slow and remember that you are just starting and building a business from scratch. And, as much as everything seems to fall into place, I'm lucky. That's kind of what I'm finding. But I just have to you have to remember that you can build slowly, and it's your business, and you've got the power to take it where you want to go, and you are the one that gets to make the decisions. And just try not to lose control and lose focus of what it is that you originally started off setting off to achieve, and what it is that made you want to start that business, and the happiness that you were looking for. Don't forget about that. Well, I feel really fortunate that through some of the programs that I'm doing with different businesses around town, like the networking and the people that I meet and get to chat with, everybody is very supportive. And if you go to them saying oh, I'm kind of looking for help in this, and if they can't help you, they certainly do their best to try to point you in the right direction. I feel like it's a really good community in this area, Bridgewater area, and that's not really, I don't find it intimidating when you're looking for help. There's always somebody out there who's going to help you. It's just kind of meeting the right people and finding the right people with the same kind of attitudes and interests and things as you as in business. Just got to find the right people. Yeah, I feel good. I feel like I have a pretty good support network. I'm working on it. You can always expand it, and at the same time, it feels really good when you're able to help somebody else. I think that is probably one of my favorite things, actually, that I didn't foresee happening, is how good it feels to, I think, learn about business and then kind of buddy up with somebody else, and you can bounce ideas off of one another and help each other out. I didn't really foresee that, and I think that's one of the best parts, is just sharing the information that you learn. I think I'm part of a jewelry society that's based out of Halifax, and that is that's a really great resource. People are kind of in the same boat as me. Lots of them have families. Most of them have gone to the same school, like NASCAD, and you know, they're trying to get a studio going from home and run a business, and you know, you run into like suppliers and you know, all kinds of issues or technical things, and it's great to have that kind of a resource close. And with social media, it's so easy to reach out to people and connect. And here in this area, yeah, I have a few people. I have to give Tara from Groundwork a lot of thanks, because for hosting that Maker Day, I made a lot of good connections that way. I'm looking forward to another one. But yeah, made some good, helpful connections with other creatives, and yeah, it's just nice to support one another. I think something that I have realized that has helped me out a lot is kind of fighting perfection, because I find that when you are striving for, it's great to strive for perfection, but you can get really caught up in it, and then you forget how to be creative, or you're unhappy with, you know, just making something and getting it out there. I really don't think everything has to be perfect. It really holds you back from being creative. So I have sat at the bench and spent many hours making something, and I'm almost finished, and you know, maybe the post falls off after I've set some stones that, you know, or pearls, and you can't put heat to it anymore. Yeah, you just throw your arms up and walk away and try to challenge, you know, take that challenge on another day. Something that I have learned to do in my short time of business is when I have a deadline, like for example, the Halifax Crafters this weekend, I had to have everything ready. The show started Saturday. Thursday was the day I walked away from my bench. And like, one more day is not gonna make a difference. If I can make one more piece, it's really not making a difference. So for myself, I walk away on the Thursday so that I can kind of relax Friday and, you know, not be worried about just that one or two more pieces that I could have made. I think it's more important to, you know, be happy with what you've done, and again, remember, like, for me, one of my challenges is to remember that I do have limited time in the day. My business is less than a year old. Just relax and take a step back, and be happy with what I've achieved so far. The pros and cons of a home-based business, well, I think it's really great for my kids to see that I actually have something I do besides laundry and lunches, snacks. When I first started, they were really quite amazed that I had, you know, the capabilities to make jewelry. And honestly, I could say one of the best feelings is when, like, my almost 7-year-old told me that he was proud of me. Like, that, I couldn't have been like, oh, I couldn't have been happier at that moment. So I think for them, I think a definite pro is just going to, for them, seeing, I think, me working and succeeding, and, you know, and I hope someday they want to be involved and help me out. And cons, I don't know, can't really think of any cons. You know, it just comes back to balancing. There are days when I know my patience might be a little bit shorter, or I'm frustrated, and I have to, you know, I just really have to reflect, like, it's not my kids, it's me. I'm tired, or I'm frustrated because I was in the middle of doing something and it was going really well and I had to stop. So it really comes back to the balance and priorities, and, you know, those little kids are my priority. I think it's important you do you. You make yourself happy. Do what feels right.